Hello. Welcome to the Aviation Business Series. Aviation Business Series is an interactive platform for every aviation professional, for every aviation stakeholder, and for every business person that is connected to the hospitality sector. Have you considered having access to proven business solutions? Have you considered adding more expert knowledge to what you think you already know in the hospitality sector? What about hearing the other success stories to help you find your own unique story? Well, if all the above is checked and more, then Aviation Business Series is the right space to follow and interact. We will have a combination of journeys, expertise, and success areas that will complete our holistic growth. For more details about our specifics, check the About section of our Facebook page. Don't forget to like, to follow, and share. I'll see you soon. Stay safe, stay real, and remember, ignorance is not an option in life.
Welcome to me. Welcome to you. Welcome to all of us. This is Aviation Business Series, and my name is Lady Vera. Today is going to be wonderful. It's going to be exciting. I am excited. I'm excited because I have my lady Chileen. She is somewhere around. And today we want to talk about survival through crisis, embracing change. Change is an interesting word right now, but some think it's good, some think it's not. What's your take on it? I want to hear from you today. What's your take on change as we discuss embracing change? I welcome you to Aviation Business Series, and my guest today is Chileen Kazombiaze. She is from Namibia. She works with Air Namibia in the Human Resource Department, actually doing training. So she is an instructor at Air Namibia. Please give it up for Chileen. Welcome.
Hi, Lady Vera.
Okay. Oh, I have Bernard. How are you feeling?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be on your show.
Oh, so lovely. We're also very happy to see you.
Yeah.
So I'll just give you like 2 minutes. Just say hello to everybody. All right, just say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. How are you? We're doing great. We're keeping our distance and we are masking up. I hope today we will be talking about this change that is perceived in a very, very active manner and also a transformative manner.
Great. That was Chileen talking. You can see her. You can see her. You're hearing her voice, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful. Okay, so we are here together. Chileen, how are you feeling today?
Well, I am feeling good today. The COVID-19 is really an interesting topic because the world has never seen this kind of setback, and a lot of people have lost their jobs, and lives have changed, and norms are no longer norms that we are used to, and this just calls for us to have a mental shift and also to embrace what's coming. Yeah.
It's good you're seeing what is happening. Yeah, we know that there are a lot of people who are really feeling the impact of COVID-19. I mean, you and I, we're also feeling it. And we hope that things will change very soon.
Yeah,
so, Chileen, nobody knows you. I do. So tell us about yourself. I know a lot about you, but I want you to tell us who is Chileen?
Okay, Chileen is a mother of 2 boys. She has worked in the airline industry for 15 years. I was a cabin attendant for 11 and a half before I decided to take on the journey of trying to teach others. so that I could also to win and learn from. I have done public relations, so basically I'm a public relations officer. I'm currently doing my postgraduate diploma in management. I have one more module to complete, and then I guess we'll embark on the MBA, hopefully.
Wow. Is it that you like school, or you are seeing the benefits of actually adding up to your education?
Yeah. I did not hear you so well, Lady
Okay.
Vera.
So my question is it that you just like going to school always, you like upgrading, or you see it as a necessity?
I think you said that going to school is a necessity.
I'm asking you. Okay. The line is still bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me just see. Let me try with the earpiece as well.
Okay.
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 Can you hear me? Is it better? Okay.
I can hear you better now.
So my question is it that you have a passion for always going back to school, upgrading, or you see it more as a necessity?
Well, I think if you really look if you look at the women or the people that have made it through life, many had knowledge from background, or others went to school to upgrade themselves. And for me, school is something that nobody can take from you. And your mentality, your reasoning, your take on things, your look on life is just different as long as you have read a few books that have empowered you, and you remain competitive, you remain relevant around a table. You have something relevant to say as long as you have read a few books and you have committed to investing in yourself. It's an asset. For me, it's a necessity.
Wonderful. When this COVID-19 began, now there has been discussion of cross-discipline, where maybe you learn something in maths and you add it up to what you know in PR. So that has become a conversation that recently when I had with Victoria, she even mentioned the need for us to be able to multitask, the need for us to be able to blend different disciplines. I know that aside Air Namibia, you also have a business running. Is this the case?
Yes, besides Namibia, and maybe that's why I felt encouraged to do a postgraduate diploma in management. I wanted to acquire skills that will equip me in running this business more effectively, and so that I can be competitive and to be in the market. So yes, I have a new designs company. We do a whole lot of stuff. We do catering and photography and printing, and they are also different because I have assigned my younger generation. They say if you want to save the world, go home and love your family. So I went home and I thought that if I divide this in different categories, I can have those who are committed. I will lead by example. I'm not an expert at any or all of them. However, we have started with the catering and it's really went well. We also tried to go to some trade fairs and just to discover what others are doing and how they have succeeded within the business and what the secrets are and all that. It's really important to have a side business apart from just the salary paycheck month to month that we have mentally convinced ourselves that that would be the only and good enough source of income.
Okay, Chileen, thank you. Did you always know it's like that, or something happened? Did something happen to open up your mind to being able to combine different things? Did something happen to you? Did you have an encounter? Did you have an experience?
Well, I think each and every one of us has the ability to do anything they set their minds to. And because I know that about myself, I know that about others too. However, my father was a businessman and he was diverse in that manner. And I think that's where we got the whole driven
Right.
business like yeah, yeah. It all comes from the paternal line where we grew up in business and it was never really just one business that he did. If this one had failed, he'd stand up and then he start something else. And as a result, we want to honor his legacy. The business is New Designs, and the new is actually just the initials of his names.
But when you were growing up, was that your
Yeah.
desire to be in the cabin? Was that your desire to join an airline? Was that your passion, your desire, or you wanted to be a doctor first? What did you, what was your first love? What did you decide to do initially?
To be quite honest, I was never the type of person who would see myself in the front line. I would have wanted to be an auditor or a psychologist or
Hmm.
just someone in the background, never really the front line. But being cabin crew has actually brought out this character, and it's here to stay, it seems, eh?
What happened? I want to hear the story. What happened? What happened?
What had happened is I had applied for 3 different jobs, and I just decided to follow the cabin crew ship. And this was really a, it was something that I needed for my character to come out, for me to grow, because meeting, I think the exposure itself is a degree on its own, because you get to meet so many people from all walks of life, and the impact, if you use it uh, effectively, you will get to learn and see things differently, and it's just an asset to be in different countries and experience different cultures.
Culture. Wow, that's wonderful. But how long did it take you for you to be a cabin crew?
Well, at the time that we were recruited, I think they had a shortage. So it was like in a month's time, we were trained on different courses all at once. It was really compressed and it was tense. But yeah, I guess the company invested in us. They needed us, so they invested in us.
Is it okay if I say that there was an opportunity and you realize that no, this is for me and I can take it up and I can do it? Did you feel like that?
Yes. Um, I had an aunt who, oh, I still have an aunt who encouraged me to come. I kept applying and reapplying and reapplying and reapplying until after they gave me the opportunity. And for me, it was the best choice ever in my life.
That's good to know. Are you with me, Charlene? Okay. But after doing cabin crew for a while, what informed your decision to move into being an instructor? What influenced you, or who influenced you?
Who influenced me to fly?
No, to change over from cabin to instructor.
Well, Lady Vera, I think flying is not a career for a lifetime, or at least not for me. So within those 11 years, year 3, I already could tell that I cannot do this any longer. I felt I had a different path in life. I felt I had different potential that needed to be unleashed, and it was not the platform for me to come out and present myself as what I'm called to be. So I started doing the accounting, and then I realized with the numbers and what I'm doing, I don't have the experience, and it was not relevant any longer in my life. So that's how I got to do the public relations diploma. It was really quite a difficult decision to make because it's a lifestyle. Being cabin crew is not a job, it's a lifestyle, and I had to change completely from that. Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the things that really helped you to change? Did you have your parents accepting your decision? Did you have friends and family supporting? What are some of the things that helped you to embrace the change?
Well, the main reason for leaving was really because I was a parent, and I couldn't stand leaving my children with nannies all the time any longer. So that was one of the main reasons. And when I took that to my younger version of parents, who are my mentors, we had a meeting. We had to talk about why and the consequence of that change, because something new is going to come up, but do you realize what you are giving up? However, my focus was I wanted to be relevant in the corporate world, and I needed the transition to take place from within the airline so that I can just thicken my curriculum vitae and make myself relevant while I grow my business on the side.
I hear you saying that you have to sit down, you have to reflect, and you have to actually
Yes.
know the consequence of what your decision would do. And that's a very strong point for me because we have a lot of people going through challenges right now. In fact, we are all going through different levels of challenges. Some are taking it a bit okay, some are not able to handle it. But it's time for us to sit down, be aware of where we are, what the situation is for each and every one of us, and begin to know that if I take this path, this is what is going to happen. If I take the other path, this is what is going to happen. So although a lot of people would say begin to do business, or a lot of people would say just stop what you're doing, you need to make sure that you know the consequence of your choice. And I think it's a very strong point that you have mentioned. Thank you for that. It's really an important discussion, and you had it with your parents.
Yeah, it's a younger version of yeah.
That is your parents in work, meaning you have different parents. Tell me that one.
I do have different parents. I have biological parents, and then I have my mother's younger sister and her husband. They are more proactive in running my life, literally, because I kind of really run back to them, and they make my life their business. And because they are young and contemporary, and they are driven, and they're both in the aviation industry. So for me, even if I know that I will go against their wishes, I would always go run it by them so that they know that I'm going to do it anyway. And then they just give me ideas on how to sail on and be safe, because they would give me the real talk that you need to hear, even though you're still going to go through with something that you are uncertain of. The risk. The risk.
What are some of the things they say? I'm very curious to know what are some of the things, if I want to make a change, if I want to be able to embrace a change, What are some of the things I should be thinking about as a person? Maybe I'm a wife, maybe I'm a single mom, maybe I'm a gentleman and I have a lot of people depending on me. What are some of the things I should really look at before I just make a change?
Well, it's more about where you are headed, what you want to achieve at the end of the day. Who are you? What are you called to be? Are you serving your true purpose in your comfort zone? Or are you going to serve your purpose in the discomfort at the end of the day that will yield greater fruit? That is where you have to look at. You have to look at who you truly are and be honest with yourself. It's like an internal, it's a conversation you have with yourself. Like, yes, this is a comfort zone. I'm getting more S&T. It's a lot of money. It's exposure. It's hotels. It's aircraft. I mean, it's really the world outside. It's meeting new people. But is that really what I am called to be? Haven't I really reached the ceiling of that career already? And that's where I realized that I, as a human being, an individual, I have reached the ceiling and I needed to move on and embark on a new journey, which serves me currently.
I would say you are able to define your own success, what it means to be successful. So to you, nobody can actually tell you that if you are a cabin crew, that is your end of success. No, you define it because you know your purpose.
Yes. You have to define it. And the transition, there's no bridge that takes you to the next level. There's no bridge, because as cabin crew, you just serve your coffee and tea and you take care of your passengers and you make sure that your equipment is ready and it's not expired and all that. However, to go and sit in an office and face the office politics and to do the day-to-day norm 8 to 5 and not to work over weekends and so forth, that transition, that's where my young parents had to come in and just prepare me for that. And it's really
because
been
sometimes
difficult.
it will take long.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to go back to school, right? You have to do other courses. Yeah. But that's good. That's good, because then you know that if you're going back to school for 3 more years, you are very clear on why you're going back. You are very clear on the particular subject that you're going to be taking, and that enables you to push forward. So when something happens, you have the energy to push forward.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me one secret place where you get your strength. I know there's a place, so I want to know that place, and I'm sure our viewers also want to know that place where you get your strength from.
I have learned that when you just a short verse, greater is he that is in me. Now, greater is he that is in me. That is where I get my strength from. I go back within myself and I sit in solitude and I try and understand what my spirit is trying to teach me. And it took me a long time to understand that the voices in my head aren't really just because I'm brilliant, but because greater is he that is in me.
Chileen, I'm trying not to be too personal, but when we talk about work, there are a lot of people who don't understand or believe that your inner life, your spiritual life, your soul life has an effect, a direct effect on your output at work. It has a real direct effect. If you don't feel good inside, it appears outside. If you're confused inside, it appears in your choices. If you are not sound, or you are always in sorrow inside, it appears on the out. Is that also the reason why you are glowing?
Is that the reason why?
You look so nice.
It is the reason. There is no other reason. The thing about spirituality is that if you connect directly with the higher power as an individual, there is nothing else from the outside that can shift you. What lies before us, what lies behind us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. And within us is greater than us. So submit to what is greater than you, and you will just yield good fruit, irrespective of the opposition, irrespective of the obstacles, irrespective of it all.
That is very powerful. I have people who keep on asking me that if somebody doesn't have a good attitude, what does it do? But I know for cabin crew and for many other jobs, if you don't have a good attitude, you cannot work. You should have a good attitude with your colleagues. You should have a good attitude with your supervisors. I mean, and even your clients, your customers, you have to show them that love, that understanding, being able to listen to them. So it's very important that you check your in and make sure it's okay. It's very okay. So yeah.
And affirmations, you need to have affirmations. You need to understand the bigger picture. If you are a cabin crew member, you should know that I'm an airline. I'm from Air Namibia, so I represent the nation. So I am the window to the world. So I need to represent at all times. I'm a brand ambassador. What does that mean? I need to show them that we got a smile all of the time. I need to show them that we've got integrity. And it's really something that you need to practice. And the briefings that we constantly have before a flight, that maintains that. It really helps.
Yeah. I think that's good. I just want to pick a few questions from my viewers. So let me see. Guys, I'm not doing this alone. I'm doing it with you. So come, give me your questions. Come on board. Let me know what you want to know from Chileen. Chileen is an instructor with Air Namibia. Okay, she's a pretty lady. You're seeing. Yes, she used to be a cabin crew, and now she's an instructor. So doing public relation work. So let me know what you want to ask her. Let me know how you're feeling, how this whole embracing change is making you think and affecting your choices. All right, Chileen.
Yeah.
Now moving forward, COVID-19 is here. Moving forward, what is that one element that you know that even in this world that is very uncertain, you are sure that that particular job, that particular business that you do is going to stay?
I think training can stay, because this is one of those jobs that requires you study a topic and you deliver, and this can be done online. You can pre-record these sessions and you can just get them sold, and this is a safe job for now.
Training.
I think training can training, because once you are an instructor, all you do is just acquire the knowledge on a subject matter, and then you just deliver.
Okay. That's a beautiful one. I think that's one strong point we need to know. We're coming to a point where we need to identify the kind of jobs or the kind of work that we do that can go through the transition. Yeah. Because now we know that there are some jobs that are essential. We didn't know before.
Yeah.
But now we know there are some departments that are essential. And so in our conversation, embracing change, we need to know which ones are essential, which ones we can actually make essential, and which ones we need to find a way to allow them to go. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so I have a friend here who is asking, How long did you fly?
Well, I flew for 11, let's make it 12 years. I flew for 12 years. As
Okay,
cabin
so
crew, I never, yeah,
12 years.
12 years, yes.
Okay. Within that 12 years, did you shift positioning or the same place?
Well, to be honest with you, I realized too early in the profession that I do not belong here. So for me, there was no point in getting myself in a higher position and be comfortable with the money that I'm getting. So I remained as a cabin attendant. I never applied for cabin controller or anything else. However, I would take part, volunteer in emergency response groups and stuff like that. I would rather join volunteering work, representing cabin crew at trade fairs and stuff like that, but not entirely grow as in within that portfolio at all.
Okay, so that's good. I think you still bring us to the point that you are very clear on what you want to do.
Yes.
You're
Need to
very
know
clear.
who you are. Yes.
You
You
need
need
to
to know
know
who
who.
you are, and you need to know what your focal point is. You cannot hit a target if you don't know where it is.
Do you write them down? Do you write your goals down? Or every time
Yes.
there's a change, do you have a change in goals like every year?
I have a change in goals. I have a 5-year, and then I have a long term that goes to 10 years. However, I like to look at where I am, and I write my life down. The books will be published eventually. I write my life down, and that helps me measure how far I've gone. I write. I used to write poetry. I no longer do poetry really, but my emotions are on paper. And that really helped me measure the distance that I have moved from point A to B.
It also allows you to appreciate the fact that you have actually moved.
Yes.
Okay,
Because
so
without
that's
that, I
the
would
point.
know. Yeah, I wouldn't
Oh,
know.
please go ahead.
I think without records of what you are doing, or what you have been doing, or where you are at a certain period in your life, you lose track of life itself.
Sure, you lose track. I think there are a lot of people who they start off, they have a plan, they have all these passion, and something happens. So an
Yeah.
example is now like a lot of people have already made plans for the year, and I mean
Yeah.
something has happened, and it's not something that has just happened in their own circle, but it's something that has gone beyond their own circle, immediate circle, to a global space. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is not the time to abandon what you wanted to do. This is rather
Yeah.
the time to think and re-strategize, if I get your point.
Yes. This also allowed this whole pandemic is really, there are many casualties, and we extend our condolences to those who are affected, to those who are infected. However, we need to take this. It's a bend in the road. It's time for us to restructure, to redefine our goals. I have an outreach, yeah, because the business is to make money, but I need to do something else that makes me sleep at night. So the outreach for me, I identified new areas that I need to focus on during this period. So I need to go back and revisit the objectives and the visions of that outreach so that I could meet the target market better and more defined and with a new look on life, because change is the only constant currently, and we are headed to new beginnings. Yeah,
New
new beginnings.
beginnings. New beginnings.
Yeah.
You just reminded me of a colleague that said that if every time we are working, if every time we are on the move, at what point in
Yeah.
time do we take the money and the experience and all that and actually live with it?
Yeah.
And he made it very clear when he made that statement that if we are always trying to make money, at a point we forget why we are actually making the money.
Yes.
It's so profound for me right now. Like,
yeah. We cannot just make money. Make money for what? You have a social responsibility. You owe it to yourself. It's not even about the people you give it to. It's a social responsibility because you are given so that you can bless. Blessed to bless. Yeah.
Tell me about the outrage, because it's an avenue for you to sleep at night.
It's an avenue
There's
for
a
me to
calling
sleep at
somewhere,
night.
right?
You know, the outreach came about with a dream that I had. I slept and I got Matthew 10 verse 6, Matthew 10 verse 6. And when I looked at it, it stated that go ye and find the lost sheep. And I knew that I've been on a journey with my spirit. And that journey had a lot of motivating and coaching and also giving. But then I realized that if I want this to be legit, to be recognized, should eventually we want sponsors and stuff, then we need to define goals and objectives. And that's how it came about. And it's the best thing that I could have ever done.
Oh, I know, because I know. I'll talk about it later, not today.
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
when you have that feeling that, okay, you need the money, you need the family, but there is still something you have to do.
Yeah.
And whether you are employed or not, you still have to make sure it's done. That kind of assignment is done.
Yes.
Correct.
And you
how do
sleep.
you, yeah. And then you can sleep.
What's that?
And then you can actually rest your soul that you're doing the right thing.
Yes.
That's powerful. That's powerful. That's powerful. Okay, so now I really want you to share with us some 3 personal or organizational ways that you keep yourself grounded. You keep your focus right. What are the 3 things that you keep doing that keeps you grounded, keeps you in the right space and all that? What are some of the 3? Just give me 3.
Wow. What keeps me grounded, to be honest, is I read my Bible. And that for me is a foundation that I was raised with. And that's standard. I read that. However, I engage with people that are in positions that I'm destined to be at, or that I aspire to be in. You know, I really focus on, if I have a WhatsApp group, there's a particular group entitled Healing Conversations. And when I read from that group, I know it enriches me. So I keep the optimist. I'm naturally an optimistic person. However, I also choose optimists to be around me. We should not disregard the pessimists, because they too add value to us and who we are. And on the journey that we're on, we need that wave that comes against us so that we can actually swim through or across or over it or something. However, it's the Bible, it's keeping positive people around. And I meditate a lot. I sit in solitude and I just introspect really a lot. I do that really often. Or I would take walks and I would just introspect during that period. A lot of solitude. For me, solitude is powerful.
That's
I get
very
to plan.
powerful.
Yeah. I get to plan ahead when I'm alone.
Because I'm saying it's powerful because sometimes you just moving and you don't sit down to actually hear. And even when you're praying, I mean, you're telling God, I want a car, I want a house, I want this, I want money, and you actually don't hear what he's saying.
Yeah, you don't.
And that is very important for us to begin to listen to the authority that we subject ourselves to. For you, is the Bible, is God. I don't know about the person watching us, but whatever authority that you subject to, you need to begin to listen. Yes. And then you need to begin to listen to the network, the people around you. I heard
Yes.
you say you choose good people, so we need to be careful of the people around us.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
you're
need
giving me
we
some
need to
very.
Yeah, we need to identify the attributes that we want to contribute to our best selves. We need to visualize the best versions of ourselves in order to be able to get there. Who can be the wind beneath my wing at this point in time?
Hmm. Hmm. So it's not just anybody that comes into your circle. Not because you want to take from them, but you want to make sure that the synergy is right.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Do I have a question coming up, guys?
Yeah.
Let me see if I have a question. Uh, okay. Okay. All right, Nana. Nana Frema, thank you for that point. Thank you for that point. Okay, now we are, the time is almost up,
I know.
but I don't want to finish. I don't want to end the talk. I don't want to end the talk. I want you to give me a summary of what somebody who is listening to us should do if they want to embrace change right now. Just give me a summary, and then we can take it from there.
Okay. So during this period, a new day has dawned, on us, and we were either ready or not ready, irrespective. Yeah. In Africa, when the sun rises, the antelope has to run for its life because the lion is going to chase it and hunt it down. However, the lion too has to run fast to get the antelope. And we have to embrace that concept and try and see what are our survival instincts. We need a
Mm,
mental shift. We need to know that a new day has dawned and there is no more room to look at the sugar cane and not turn it into sugar.
mm,
And this is not something that we have room for procrastination for. There's no room to procrastinate within this period that we're in. I need to just redefine when I have a witty idea, I have to stand up and work towards it. That's really basically all I want to say. That there's no more room to contemplate and assume and complain. It is Africa and we have the resources. We've got to stand up and work.
mm,
That's all.
mm. It doesn't matter what we feel like. We have to do what we have to do. I.
There- There's no more room for feelings. We need to move out of our feelings and into our focus right now. That's basically it.
That is a key statement. Moving out from
Yeah.
your feeling into your focus. Hey guys, we're just getting some very good vibes here. Moving just from your feeling into your focus. So Shirley, I really want to thank you for today. Our time is up. And like you know, we have to always be on time. I mean, like the aircraft has to be on time. So I want to really thank you for coming, joining us today, and for sharing with us very profound statements, very interesting discussion we've had today, and we've learned a lot. So
Yeah.
thank you from me, thank you from the aviation business team, thank you for my viewers. Everybody's glad to have you today. And I think we have to continue because there is more about the business you do. There is more also
Yeah.
about the outreach that we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
And after maybe COVID-19, we need to know what the airlines are doing and what's new. So yes, we need to
Yeah.
have the conversation again. So I'll let you go for now, and I'll see you soon. Thank you,
Thank you
Charlene.
for having me, Lady Vera. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay. So guys, like now, if you want us to do this for an hour, you need to tell us, because now every 45 minutes, this is when the questions are coming, and I know that you are enjoying it. But because we need to be on time, we have to draw the curtains here. My name is Lady Vera. This is Aviation Business Series. And we've come your way with Chileen from Namibia. She's an instructor with Air Namibia. She's given us very profound statements. She's taught us a lot. I'm just going to, yeah, those are some of the things we've learned today. And I believe that you would also use it in your personal lives. I keep on saying that ignorance is not an option in life. We need to move, as Chileen said, from what we are just feeling to our focus. So thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Bye.